Now, a fishing legend in his own mind. Here's Rick Jordan.
Top of the morning to you. What a pretty day. Lots of sunshine. Mm-hmm. Be a little cautious on the roads. They are slick here and there.
Okay.
As Neil found out about an hour ago.
Yeah, right. That's too bad.
Yeah, that is. Well, here we go. 11 minutes after 9. Mm-hmm. Russ Francisco on the Frenzy. Top of the morning, Russ.
Good morning. How are you?
Very good. Very good. You're getting ready for spring. I was in the store the other day.
Yeah, we are ready. We just got a big load of Humminbird stuff in yesterday, Garmin this morning, Lowrance the other day. So, we're getting ready for Easter. Easter is always a time where people seem to turn the corner and start hustling, but it started this week instead. It went nuts. And so people rigging boats and coming in and getting track and downriggers and electronics, and it got nice out. Maybe all the big snow slowed everybody down too for ice fishing or something, but whatever it is, they turned the corner, boy, and it was abrupt. Man.
I think we got teased a lot by the weather. It's cold, ice. Okay, now it's warm. Don't go on the ice. Now it's cold again. It was confusing.
Yeah, and and then we had a big snow.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to go. So people pretty much stuck a fork in it and said, let's move on. So 99% of our customers are playing summer, and that's what we're doing too.
Okay, we are at our house. My two boys are saying, Dad, we got to get one of those fancy electronic things. Well, we've got depth finders. Isn't that enough?
Well, there's live scopes now. There's the new depth sounders with the clearer screens, bigger processors. But generally, if people are going to upgrade, they're going to upgrade into something that gives them a better view, more pictures and stuff like that. So that would be live scope, So that's where a lot of people have gone.
Well, if they all kick in some money, or both of them kick in some money, maybe we could do that.
Yeah, I think so. Why not?
Which one do you suggest?
Well, we've been playing with all of them, and so there's some neat things happening right now. So Lowrance has the new XRL coming. It's a 180-degree view, so that's a really wide view, and so we'll see what that looks like for people that are just starting to ship that, but that'll give us a much bigger view. Last week, Garmin came out with a 360 model, and you use that with conjunction with your live scope. We can actually see a 360 picture that's sort of live. It's going to take a little practice to learn how to use it, but that's sort of interesting. And then, Humminbird's new Mega Live 2 that came out late last season has done a really good job of catching up and gives us lots of color on the screen and stuff, so that's been really good. And Garmin, of course, is Garmin. It always will be Garmin when it comes to live scope. So that's what we have. Right now we got some new screens coming. I think one of the shining lights in the whole thing, and this is gonna fool you, but for $899 you can buy a Lowrance Eagle Eye, and it's a depth sounder, wide angle, and it looks forward, or you can put it on a pole and use it as a live scope. So for $899, that's the kind of stuff we need where people can get into this stuff and not cost them a fortune. And I think we're going to see more of that as we go.
That's a better price point than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's a little narrower cone, but my grandson used one. Austin used one this winter. Mm-hmm. A fella had one. He was up fishing on Fish Lake, and a fella had one. He came over, was fishing with the kids, and he said, "That's pretty amazing." He said, "I've never seen anything like that." So it was pretty good, and we'll see some new stuff out of XLR for next season for winter. There's lots of new stuff coming. It's pretty amazing.
Wow. It's exciting. It seems like it's coming quicker. Here we are, mid-March, right? So we're not far from open water. A month?
Well, we'll see what Mother Nature gives us.
That's up to her.
With days like today, I would think we're probably going to be sometime in April. I would think by 1st of May for sure. But you've been around long enough. We go into Easter and all of a sudden it's 70 above every day for a week and water's open.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be on that one.
Yep.
How did the shows go? Now, you were all over the Midwest with various shows.
Well, we were in the Twin Cities and Duluth. All the shows were really good this year. people. I mean, not only for sales, but there are just a lot of people. You know, there's nothing worse than a show. Even if you sell a bunch of stuff, there's nothing worse than standing there with nobody to talk to. You know, I mean, it's terrible. And so the guys will tell you they'd rather sell a little bit less and have a lot of people to talk to, even if they're not buying very much, because at least it's fun, right? And so we had the best of both worlds. Sales were decent, and we had lots of people, and they were interesting people. They wanted to know about new stuff. They were really interested. And a lot of those folks then came in now this time of year and said, "Hey, I saw you at the show. I think I want to do this kind of stuff." So it's it's good to do shows. It's good to touch base with people. You know, it's nice in Duluth especially because people come from Canada and UP and all over the place and get to see people that you probably don't see every year. You know.
Yeah. I was thinking of we went to the show twice at the Duluth Arena Complex, and we said, let's just look at boats. And there were a lot of boats. And then we said, let's look at electronics and like that. And absolutely amazed at what's new and what is very elegant in boating. Very elegant.
Yes, yeah. Oh, they've done themselves, and the prices are a little more expensive too. But you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a really nice boat. You just got to figure it out. You know what you want in a boat really, and then talk to the dealer and tell him what you want. And if you can't get something exactly, it's on the lot, he'll get you one. But you know, it's a good way to go. Motors are the big thing.
Yeah.
Motors are so different than they used to be, and there's so many choices. It's just amazing. Some of the new Yamahas and Mercuries and stuff where the motor doesn't turn, just the lower unit turns. Pretty amazing. So you can spend a lot of money on motors today, but they are amazing, and they do a lot of stuff. It's just crazy. It's like cars. It's like anything else.
I was looking at a video of one of the units that just turned. The part that turned was below water level. Right. And I'm thinking, okay, I would look back at my motor to see how it was cocked, left, right. And if I can't see that, I might be a little, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yep, now you have a joystick and you have a gauge on the dash that tells you where it's steering to. So you don't have to turn around. You can look forward all the time, you know.
Wow.
It's pretty neat. Yeah, it's cool. What we have today is so amazing compared to what we used to have, and of course it gets a little bit more expensive, but the things last a lot longer too. I got to tell you, I'm still running my 1980 35 horsepower Johnson on an old boat, and I got a 4-stroke on a newer boat, but I still run that boat because it was the first boat I ever had, so I probably should sell it. I don't use it very much, but once a year or so I go use it just because, and so it's sort of fun, and those things lasted a long time. So there's nothing wrong with old motors. Let me tell you, they're bulletproof. But that's what it is. Same thing with electric. We had a guy come in yesterday with a depth sounder, a Lowrance depth sounder. It was 28 years old, wow. And the guys in the store looked at it, and they came and got me and said, "I've never seen this before." I started laughing, and I said, "That's because it was made before you were born."
Right.
And then, and it's still running. So I mean, what are you going to do? It's stuff's good.
I have a 1953 canoe. Grumman, I think it is Grumman canoe, and it was my wife's dad, and he used it all over the place. And I put a bracket for a depth finder on it.
Yep.
And he said, "This wrecks everything," something new. But when he and I paddled in it and fished, he said, "I think I like that."
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
The depth finder.
You bet.
All right.
Having vision, that's what's nice.
Yeah, I miss him. He was a good angler. All right, some good deals at Marine General.
Okay, so the rebates on Humminbird run out on the 25th of the first batch, and we run out on the 25th of March. So this is anywhere from $100 to $300 off on Humminbird stuff. Lowrance's run out the 15th of April, anywhere from $100 to $700 off. Wow. Garmin's run out the 1st of April, and they're anywhere from $100 to $500 off. We've still got a bunch of live scope units in at $2,599. Those are the 10-inch screens. That's the most popular unit they're selling right now. If you're looking for the new 9213s, we got a bunch of those in yesterday. So that's probably the number one unit we're selling. It's the most expensive screen we have on the rack, and it is the number one screen we're selling right now. It's amazing.
Wow. What are your hours at Marine General?
9 to 6 Monday through Saturday, 9 to 3 on Sunday, marinegeneral.com all the time. And outside the area, call 800-777-8557. We ship every day.
He's the General, Russ Francisco. Thank you very, very much.
Bye-bye.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with more.
You're listening to KDAL's Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan.
Fishing Frenzy, Outdoor Frenzy, call it whatever you want.
That's right.
Back on the Frenzy with Pat Kukul from Superior Shooter Supply. Top of the morning.
Good morning to you. Yeah, we could be fishing in some of these water-filled potholes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, eventually we'll see the curb.
Oh, God, I hope so, and I hope it's soon.
Yeah.
It's been interesting, hasn't it? It's been interesting here, too. We've been busy and with varying things. You know, a lot of it has to do with, you know, we have this rebate going on with the gun safes, and gun safes are definitely a thing, and the rebate's very handy. We're getting ready for the sports show, which is next weekend. We're going to have 4 next. That's yes. 20, I don't have a calendar, 27th, 28th, 29th.
Not tomorrow, not Sunday, next weekend.
Next, 27th, yeah, I know, I should qualify that.
Yeah, I get so confused on that, too.
Well, I do, too. But we're going to have 4 booths there, and we're going to have a lot, you know, bring in everything we can. Not everything, but a lot. So we're looking forward to that. Everybody does. And then we have a nice, we've just had I mentioned this before, but a huge amount of used reloading, and reloaders come in, and that is really, we're thinking now with the ammo, which is getting a little precarious, that people will once again turn to reloading, and sometimes the initial cost, after you get over the initial cost, of course, it's great. So we have a lot of used reloading, both shot shell and metallic. That will not be at the show, but it'll be at the store. Excuse me. And then we've got a lot of, you know, firearms coming in, of course. There's just a lot of things going on. On April 11th, there's the Whitetails Banquet. Again, the sports show is next weekend.
Yes.
Trap shooting starts. You know, everybody's ready, and so are we. We're getting ammunition in daily. We're getting trap vests in, clothing, safes. Yeah.
Everything.
We're getting a lot. Yeah.
Are there any seasons for shooters that are open right now?
Well, besides, no.
No, I don't think so.
No, but we just work on sheer anticipation.
Oh, yeah, that's what, you're right. That's what outdoor activities are.
That's what they are. And, of course, the turkey season coming up is always huge, and it's changed so much than years ago. You know, the ammunition has changed before, you know, and I'm still old school with the lead, but this new TSS ammunition, which pretty much which is non-toxic, had to come into, you know, with certain areas, but the range is more. The choke tubes change, you know, it's gotten, just like everything else, it's changing, but still we have everything for it. It's really, there's something about turkey season. I was talking to a fella the other day, and he said, I love deer hunting, I love this, but there's something about calling in a turkey, having the conversation with the turkey, you know, and I agree with that. It really is.
The edges of Superior and Duluth, the less populated suburbs, if you will, that's where the turkeys are right now. I see them all over the place.
Oh, they are. They have thrived, and back in Bayfield County where I am, you know, they have to put. Bayfield County is the second biggest county in the state of Wisconsin, but we don't have any stoplights, and we're darn proud of that. But they're going to have to put up a turkey crossing pretty soon because they're out there. Yeah, it's just you just have to stop and let them go by.
Yeah,
it's great. I like it.
We were driving on a road that led from Gneeson Town into Duluth, and we drove in to see a guy, and there were 5 turkeys strutting right down the road. We had to slow down and weave through them. All right, so we're there for a half hour or so. We're driving home. They're still there.
I know. Look at me.
Yeah, I think they own the place.
Well, they do in some ways, but, and deer can get that way too, but there's something about those turkeys when they strut out. It's just great.
Yeah, we saw 2 deer this morning, too.
Yeah, I saw robin.
No.
Yeah, I did. And we don't have bird feeders up at our house because I don't take care of them enough.
Yeah.
So, and there he was, fat as ever, and I'm going, holy crepe. Good job, Robin.
Yeah, well, one thing about robins, you know the difference between him and her.
Oh, you sure do. Yeah, you sure do. And so it's always good to see that. I think we are all looking forward to a weather change here,
yep.
and that it makes it even more exciting, I think.
Pat Kukl is with us, Superior Shooter Supply. Address, please.
We are in the corner of Ogden and Winter in Superior, 1705 Winter Street. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 5. And we're trying to get the parking. We're trying to get rid of those snowdrifts, but we're doing the best we can. And we will buy, sell, and trade, and laybys are available, so come and see us.
We'll do it. Thank you very, very much. Good job.
Bye.
Take a break now. Dave, what's up your sleeve? We'll find out. Back on the Frenzy. Oh, look at that time. 9:30.
You bet.
KDAL, Duluth Superior. I haven't done an ID for years.
That's probably not a proper one anymore.
What?
Oh, we got all kinds of other stuff you have to say.
Well, go ahead, Mr.
No, I'm not
Show
gonna
Off.
You only have to do it once an hour now.
No kidding.
Yeah, you don't do the half hour.
Why?
Just the hour one.
When did that change?
I don't know, years ago.
All right.
Back after you retired, apparently.
Ask me about hockey.
There you go.
Oh. All right. Johnny Charlestrom, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're up there in turkey country and deer country.
Yeah. Have you had to dodge a few on the way in?
Yeah, I was just talking to Pat Kukl about that. We ran into 5 turkeys on an inbound county road into Duluth from Gneeson Town, and there were 5 of them. And an hour later, we drive home, and there they are, still there.
Yeah. There's a lot of turkeys going to start showing up now with the nicer weather, and as that snow burns down, you're going to start seeing a lot more of them in everyone's backyards before long.
Yep, and it drives the dogs crazy.
Yeah, you bet.
A lot of deer too, and we don't have a deer season right now, I assume.
No, it's we don't have no deer seasons until this coming September.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Well,
but turkeys are around the corner.
When does that start then?
Turkey it's mid-April, so we got, I don't know, what about 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah, about that.
Something like that.
Oh, I didn't know. Guess I missed that one.
Yeah, spring turkey. There's also a fall turkey season, but spring turkey is a lot of our archers are getting ready for that one right now.
Now, you've got chickens in your back 40 there. Do you ever get turkeys that come in there and say, hey, can I play?
I had never seen a turkey on the property until last fall, and then I've seen them about 3 days in a row walking around the chicken coop, seeing if there was anything extra for them.
Could they hop over, fly over, crawl under?
Oh yeah, they were going wherever they wanted. They were a group of there was like 5 of them walking around the backyard and checking stuff out. And I bumped into them a couple of times going back around the pond, and Hank had a good time with it.
That's interesting because the group that we saw was 5, and it was on your road.
All right. Might have been the same 5.
Same group.
Yeah.
Well, they are delicious. I'll say that.
See if they're still there in 5 weeks when the season opens.
Mid-April.
When our turkey season opens up, we'll might have to go sit in the woods for a while and see if they'll stop by.
Oh, they'll probably get into your hen house.
I don't think they're gonna. The door going in for the chickens is pretty small.
Okay.
It's a chicken-sized door, not a turkey-sized door.
Yeah, for city dwellers like Strandberg, they are big, Dave.
Yeah, a turkey, I would imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I said that big,
Wow.
nobody can see that.
Yeah.
Beach ball size, right, Johnny? Beach ball size?
Yeah, a big, a large eastern turkey like we have around here. A big one is going to be probably about 30 pounds, and
Wow.
Yeah, they're good size.
Well, I've got a Labrador Retriever who's now 51 pounds and about 7 months old. And I haven't seen him trail anything that he could sniff in our yard.
Right.
And I got a hunch that he'll start to break the electronic fence here pretty quick once he discovers hunting.
Yeah. It's you got the genes for it, so
Yeah.
they're going to kick in.
Yeah, he's got a good nose. So what's going on? We're not fishing. We're not hunting. What's cooking back there?
Still a few people going out fishing for crappies, but Walleye Northern being closed, most of the folks that are still wanting to go fishing Walleye Northern are trailering up to Lake of the Woods because it never closes up there. And I have a wholesale account coming in this weekend to come and pick up another load of frozen bait because their season is still in full swing up there.
Wow. Well, I've fished on that big lake, and it scares me up there.
Yeah, it's intimidating. It's huge, but it's still been really cold up there, and it still has a lot of ice. They're probably running extensions, but we start getting into this 50-degree stuff, and even with as thick as that ice is, couple weeks of a warm, and that ice will start to degrade, and water starts to run through it, and it gets all crystallized, and then it doesn't want to hold much anymore.
Stay at home on the sofa and read about fishing, which is coming up in May.
Yeah, and wait for open water because it really won't be that far away.
Nope, it won't be. Still got the archery going, though. That's a busy place.
Yeah, archery's going. The excitement in archery this week is we are in our archery league playoffs, and so all the teams are having elimination games, and we're going to shoot it down to the grand champs in this next week or two, and then after that it's a little banquet and a party, and
yay!
And then it's time to go smelting.
Yes, it is. Johnny, keep a tight line. Thank you very much.
All right. Have a great day.
Be good. We'll talk with Snowbird Willie, or Johnny Jones, if you will, and more coming right up.
This is the Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan on Northland News Radio, KDAL.
We're going to head up Rice Lake Road again, 6660 Rice Lake Road. It's on the right-hand side when you're heading north. And Johnny Jones is there at Snowbird Willie's. Good morning.
Good morning, Rick. How are you today?
Beautiful day. Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
We're not really fishing right now, so our boats are kind of at ease. But pretty soon we'll be wanting to put new stuff on our boat and go fishing. Can you help with putting in, say, depth finders and stuff?
We do a little bit of that. Like if it's a boat that we're restoring and it needs a new one, we do some of that. We're not like a real high-tech electronics outfit. There's other guys in Duluth that can do that. But simple stuff on pontoons and, like inland fishing boat stuff, we're capable of doing that. Yeah.
Well, you are pretty good at it, so don't be shy on bragging a little bit.
Well, we try to stick with what we think we're good at.
Yeah, I've tried that. I've failed. You're doing great. No, it is. Well, I saw some of the boats that were in there, and they change. Like in a couple of days, you've got them looking spiffy again.
Well, we try to move them along today. I'm finishing up a boat cover I started last night at about 7:00 at night, and I'm going to get that out of here. And then we've got an 02 Lund for a fella that's overseas in the military.
Yeah.
So he's been messaging me wondering how his boat's coming along, and so we got that in here. We're going to put vinyl floors in it, a new carpet, and a number of different things, and then we're going to build them a boat cover when we're all done.
Beautiful. Oh, I'm jealous already.
Well, it's going to be nice when it's done. I'd show you a picture, but we're on radio. So.
Okay, folks can stop by up there at 6660.
They sure can, and we try to get stuff posted on Facebook. We're not awesome at it, but I'll probably post some stuff today, just what we're up to. So
yeah. Well, it's an important thing for everybody to keep their boat in tip-top shape, and if somehow it gets away from the owner, it's nice that you're there to help.
Well, we sure try. Just putting a boat cover on. A lot of times I think we build boat covers for people, and they don't always put them on, and it's a little bit of work that goes along with boating. But cover your boats up, keep your interior nice, keep all the mildew and mold and all the leaves and dirt and all that stuff out of it, and bugs. So
yeah, when you're driving down the highway, that's one thing. When it's sitting in your garage, all kinds of things get in there, from raccoons to birds.
Well, yeah, I expect you could get some raccoons in there, but I think that's your dock. That's the big one, and I could probably listen to my own advice because I don't always. Typically, we're in a lift, but if the water's low, that's where I live on Island Lake. We don't always get our lifts in right away, but once the water comes up, we do. But yeah, there's sometimes where I don't put my boat cover on either, so I got to have my wife remind me to do that.
Well, how's the lake doing? Any breakup yet?
I don't think so. I haven't been out fishing for. Boy, I think I pulled my house off right before the boat show there at the deck.
Yeah.
And I've not been back out. But, every once in a while you drive across the bridge and there's somebody out there, and I'm sure there's still plenty of ice. Back where I live, it's so low, there's probably no water.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you're back by the dam then?
No, I'm back behind the Island Lake Inn.
Oh,
what they affectionately call the Amazon.
Yeah, so. That's a good word for it. You've got some great little rivers that come up and down.
Yeah, it's pretty neat back there. It's pretty private. We don't see a lot of boats. But
yeah. Well, okay. What's your phone number?
Well, that's a great question. I got to look at my T-shirt because it's the shop phone. So it's 218-940. 1921.
Hope you're not looking in a mirror.
No.
It's a great place, and I really appreciate the work you're doing up there. John Jones?
We're trying.
Attaboy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep a tight line. Yeah, it is. It's just amazing what people with talent can do. I have no talent. It's pretty evident.
Well, you have talent. It's just not in that particular realm.
A hammer in my hand is a weapon of danger.
Oh, boy. All right.
And my father-in-law could never figure that out. Here, pound that nail in, and I would bend it.
Oh.
Okay, that's enough.
All right.
We'll be right back. And we are back on the frenzy. Dave Miller, Northwest Outlet in Superior, top of the morning.
Oh, good morning, Rick. Good morning, Dave, and good morning, everybody. And golly, what a beautiful morning out there.
Beautiful. We really deserve something like this.
Yeah, it's kind of like put the snowshoes away, put all the other stuff away, and go for a walk.
Yeah,
but I got a feeling that there's still a little bit more winter ahead of us.
Steinberg said it might be next Wednesday.
It might be Sunday.
Or Sunday.
Yeah, right.
Or Saturday.
Yeah, maybe 50 today and tomorrow, and then back in the 30s on Sunday.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Things are changing, and, as people are getting ready for changes, too. It's like rain gear and rubber boots and all of that kind of stuff seems to be percolating more to the top on people's lists. And it's like, where do you go and what do you do and get out and see stuff? But it's like for me this morning, looking out and seeing all the ice that's packed into this end of the lake and stuff. It's always fun to get out and head up the shore or head down the south shore and see where that ice is and where it isn't. And Park Point kind of a little bit past this time of the year, but that's kind of always one of our favorite places to go for hikes because it tends to be more open, and of course it's all sand when the trails are kind of all muddy and mucky and stuff.
Yeah.
That's always been a kind of a nice spot to drive down to the airport.
You could always get some good boots there at Northwest Outlet.
You can, yeah, we got them, and not just boots but ice cleats this time of the year. If you're out hiking, there's a lot of places where the water's just slowly moving down the hillside in the shade, and it forms up ice and stuff. So, ice cleats, hiking poles, boy, I'll tell you, those make a big difference in being comfortable out there. And of course, sometimes snowshoes, there's still plenty of post holing possibilities out there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the store's changing kind of right now. More of the winter stuff is getting condensed down because all of the spring stuff is coming out, and the summer stuff, all of the summer type hats and smart wool socks, darn tough socks, all the boots and the footwear and stuff, and folks, just this is the time of the year if you need rubber boots for the little kids or the big kids, and rain gear for itty bitty little kids and great big. We got lots of good stuff in the store here. Camping gear, people are really getting into getting their stuff dug out and seeing what they need and going through gear. It's a great time to do it. It's like Russ talks about people with boats, and and we see people with camping gear that are getting ready to go. It's just the spring fever is really biting everybody bad right now.
Right. And it's time to make reservations for some of the camp sites that are so busy in Minnesota, Wisconsin. What are your hours at Northwest Outlet?
Well, we're open Monday through Friday, 9 till 6, Saturday, 9 to 5:30. We're closed on Sunday. Folks, we got parking right next to the door. The wood ticks are starting to roll around under the covers, but I don't think they're quite up yet. And whatever you do, get outside, enjoy the wonderful weather, and have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you.
Got a little news for you this morning.
Okay.
Chuck Norris has died at the age of 86. We thought he was infallible, don't you know?
Tough guy.
The iconic tough guy actor. Yeah, passed away yesterday in Hawaii.
Age.
Yeah.
Age.
86.
Oh.
He had a good run.
He did, yeah. He's older than us, Davey.
Well, this is true. Matt King is with us.
Hi, Matt, top of the morning.
Yeah, I didn't know that news, so you guys give me some news today. I didn't know that. That's too bad.
Yeah, it is.
Try and name your top Chuck Norris movie.
You know what? Oh, boy.
I can't.
I don't know, but I watched a lot of Texas Ranger.
Yeah, he was Walker, Texas Ranger on TV, right?
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, he was a tough dude. Or that was his persona.
Yeah, lots of jokes about how tough he was, I know, over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so tough.
Right.
Well, we're changing seasons here, Matthew. We're moving into spring slowly. You're changing the store around, too.
We are. Every day we're adding to the summer inventory, and we're getting things all pushed over. I still got one little aisle I crammed everything, all the rest of the ice stuff into just to leave it out, because we are getting quite a few guys heading up to Lake of the Woods, going after some big northerns and things like that.
Yeah, the last ice fishing spot in Minnesota.
Right, and so we are there. But, yeah, you're right. Summertime, we're looking at things, and we're trying to, make sure that our orders are getting in. We're getting everything filled. I've been talking to people this week, getting some last-minute stuff, checking on back orders when they're coming and things like that. So, yeah, I'm going to do some probably live views here on Facebook and stuff like that soon, because we've kind of added some shelving in the store to accommodate more items, and trying to find some new items to bring in too, and things like that. So It's full steam ahead for summer.
What's new that really tickles your fancy?
Probably it's so hard and we keep going back to it, but it's what fishing is kind of pushing us towards is this forward-facing sonar.
Yeah.
And so, everybody's coming out with all kinds of different new types of jigs and things. And then there's new plastics. This one thing I'll say is these fuzzy plastics, they're called, like fuzzy dice, they call them, whatever.
Yeah.
So plastics with kind of tentacles on them, I would say. Like one of them is like a round ball with these little tentacles coming out. I mean, it doesn't look like anything that you would think naturally that fish would eat, but the Bassmaster Classic was one on those, and so they've really taken off. And, there again, with this forward-facing sonar, if you have it, a lot of people are looking at a jig tipped with either live bait or a plastic. And so that's kind of one of the things that's really getting going out there. And a lot of these jigs now, some of them are shaped with edges and stuff so they can be picked up on the sonar better and things like that.
Yeah. So we're adjusting not only to the fishing, but we're also adjusting to the new inventions.
Right. And trying some new things and new techniques too, Yeah. Used to be just people put their jig over the side of the boat and you just, kind of bounce it off the bottom type thing. But there's a lot of things now, too, where guys are doing like snap jigging where you really aggressively jerk that jig up and then let it fall back down and different things like that. I've seen some guys, too, where they're watching them on the sonar and that fish comes for it and he doesn't want to bite it, they'll drop that jig either right to the bottom and let it hit the bottom, and sometimes those walleyes and stuff will pin it then on the bottom,
Huh.
The other thing I've seen guys fishing lake trout and things too is not just holding it down there in front of them, is the fish starts to come for it and they'll start reeling and just reeling it up and up and up and up and up, and these fish just come up and just attack it then.
Gotta have that. Gotta eat it.
Yeah, so there's different ways people are trying to trigger these fish to bite.
Wow. Hey, and you got all those there, and you'll help us find the right colors and stuff?
Absolutely. We'll get you set up and get you on your way for sure.
Great. What are the hours?
We are right now. We're 8 to 6 Monday through Saturday, 8 to 5 on Sundays. I want to kick into. We got that free turkey hunting seminar April 8th from 2 to 6. Stop up. Jerry from Luck Custom Calls will be here, and he knows everything there is to know about turkey hunting. So if you got questions, stop in. It's free, and we can get you set up for turkey hunting.
I have driven around your area, around the Pike Lake neighborhood, and I've seen turkeys just wandering around the blacktop streets. You ever get any around your store?
Yeah, not super close to here, but yes. They're becoming much more abundant in the northern Minnesota than I ever thought they'd be. That's for sure. And it's becoming pretty good. We've already sold a number of turkey licenses, people getting ready for, when it opens up here in about a month, a little under a month. So, yeah.
And we have to get new fishing licenses, too, in both states.
That is another thing now. You got to get the licenses and get everything. It's never too early to do that. You beat the line of the opening day.
Yeah.
So you're not standing here with, 50 other people trying to get your license. Come on in and check things out. You can check out what we got going on and get your license ahead of time so you're not standing in line when you're trying to get your bait and whatnot. And we get you set up there. We got, I just put out, 3... looks like 7, about 12 rod racks I got out here or so, with all new rods and reels on them. We got a lot of like I said, things are coming in every day.
Yeah.
So we're constantly, putting stuff out every day and checking things and making sure we're trying to find, some last minute things or different items and stuff like that. So come on in and check it out.
Talk a little fishing when people stop in too. That's always fun. What are your hours?
Absolutely.
Oh, you did the hours. You did that already. Okay. Well, you keep a tight line.
It sounds good. The weather looks nice, so hopefully we'll melt this snow and we'll get out open water fishing soon.
Matt King, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. The Iran war is continuing. I just got a bulletin on my phone.
Really?
It's the same old thing.
Yeah. Hasn't changed much.
Nope.
Third week mark, just about now.
Jeez.
One of those deals. All the news coming up for you next at 10 o'clock. And then it'll be Brad Bennett.
Why so early?
Because Twins baseball at noon. So there's no Bruce Siskey show.
Who are they playing?
It's Brad and Kenny at 10 o'clock right after news.
Who do the Twins play?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Some team in Florida.
Hey, we got better weather here than they have.
Well, I wouldn't bet on that, but yeah. All right, stick around.
Thanks,
Rick will be back next week. Another Friday Fishing Frenzy here on KDAL.